We have an absolute hell of a scrap here in the middleweight division, and you might guess what the top is for. We have Imavov vs Borralho. This one's going to be taking place in Paris. That's the wrong way. In Paris, in France. And I think an upset is on the cards, as I think there's an upset on the cards as Borralho is going to be able to get this one done over Nassourdine Imavov in front of his home crowd. Didn't end too well for Benoit Saint Denis the last time these two were in the cage, but I'll start with Imavov. Obviously, man, I honestly kind of feel bad for him because I'm looking at his tapology here. How much work does this man need to do? He's kind of reminding me of Ankalaev a little bit in his division. The brother is just running people like Jared Cannonier, Roman Dolidze, Brendan Allen, and knocked out Israel Adesanya. Bad, bro. And now he's fighting down again against Borralho. The only thing I can say is I respect the fucking shit out of it. I respect it so much. Like, this dude could easily sit there and say, fuck off, I'm fighting the winner versus Dricus versus Chimaev. But this is clearly a number one contender fight. There's no question about it. Borralho isn't exactly on the same amount of form, but I feel like beating Imavov on the kind of... Obviously, Borralho isn't on the same level of form as Imavov, but I feel like if Borralho beats him, he just kind of like leaves no doubt, because there's no real number one contender at the moment. Okay, obviously Khamzat Chimaev is up there, but like, we have Reinier de Ridder, Robert Whittaker coming up, so that could lead to a number one contender, especially if de Ridder wins. Obviously, we have Robert Whittaker versus Reinier de Ridder coming up, and obviously, if Reinier de Ridder wins, he's going to be in a prime position to fight someone like a Sean Strickland or some shit like that. Sean Strickland, if you watch his channel, you know I don't like him, but the fact that Imavov is fighting down again just makes me respect the shit out of this geezer, to be honest with you. Like, Borralho is a tough fight, and I say this on this channel countless times. Imavov's gas tank is not to be trusted, okay? Borralho is undefeated in the UFC, which is pretty crazy. He only lost once in his professional career. You know, finishing Paul Craig, Jared Cannonier, Abus Magomedov. He's picked up some good wins. He has not fought the level of competition. Obviously, they have like a mutual kind of opponent in Jared Cannonier. Imavov had that really weird stoppage. Imavov has extremely good hands. But, like I've said, this brother is not built for 5 rounds. This brother is not built for 5 rounds. I'm telling you now, this guy is not made for 5 rounds. He does not have 5 rounds gas. I'm telling you now, this brother gasses. Bad. Okay? He ended up on his back in the Brendan Allen fight. That was just a complete, like, gas tank finesse by both of them. If Brendan Allen had gas tank, he'd be so good. Everyone knows, if you watch this channel, you know I'm big into Brendan Allen. But, like, if you watch this channel, you know I'm big into Brendan Allen. But fuck me, man. Do some sprints or some shit. Go do some hill sprints. Honestly. Because your gas tank needs improvement. I know people are like, oh, he's dead, you're not a fighter. It's just facts. But the way Imavov was able to starch Adesanya in that fight really put him in a category as regards to striking above Sean Strickland, in my opinion. I know Imavov lost to him, of course. But I feel like that would just be listen, I know Imavov lost to Sean Strickland, but that was many, many years ago. And I just feel like that would be a completely different fight now. I honestly... Like, Imavov's form, he's essentially cemented himself as a number one contender. And I feel the way Dricus versus Khamzat is kind of going to be... I cannot wait for that fight, by the way. I am buzzing. Absolutely buzzing that fucking scrap. Can't wait. But... like, there's no number one contender, so that's why this fight is obviously happening, okay? I respect Imavov for saying, listen, I'm going to step up and fight another guy, but I just think he's made a huge mistake. I genuinely do. And obviously this is in, you know, I keep fucking doing that. It's in Paris, this one's going to be in France, so it is quite a hard one to turn down, like a main event in France. He was co-main event to the Moicano card last year. So obviously it makes sense. You know, this fight does make sense in some aspects. There's no other kind of matchup you can make to really make him number one contender in the division because everyone else is, you know, doesn't deserve it. You know, these two are this is a fucking great scrap. They always put banger main events on for France. Honestly, the French cards are unbelievable. The crowds are unbelievable. The crowds are always unbelievable. I'm going to try and nab me some tickets for this fight. I couldn't get them last year. It fucking sold out. Cyril Gane card. But the Cyril Gane cards just sold out too quick. And the Benoit Saint Denis versus Moicano card sold out mad quick as well. But official prediction, early prediction I should say. Borralho's got decent standing to stand in there with Imavov. He's not a better striker than Imavov. Imavov is clearly the better on the feet, okay? But I don't know if Imavov has insane power. Listen, I get he beat, you know, he knocked out Adesanya, but apart from that, Edwin Shabazian, you know, Chris Curtis was a no contest. These aren't, bro, especially when he's on the form that he's on. You know what I mean? Undefeated in the UFC, and he's on. Telling you, those fighting nerds, I think he's the best one. I think he's the best out of the fighting nerds. Pratos and all them. I know, I can't remember his name. Has unbelievable highlights. It'll come to me. But I feel like skill for skill, and I feel like the way he's kind of beaten some opponents. Obviously, the Paul Craig one was mad. The Jared Cannonier one was quite a close fight. Obviously, Imavov versus Cannonier was quite, I guess you could say, dodgy. Actually, there's no other way of saying it. It was mad dodgy. The fucking stoppage was insane. One of the worst stoppages in UFC history. But the way I see this kind of fight playing out, Borralho is going to be able to get him down. And when Imavov is down, he's going to gas out. Brendan Allen showed that. The dude's got good striking, but he does not have grappling gas tank. Borralho is going to get him down the first second, maybe Imavov lands some shots. Imavov's obviously going to land some shots, but Borralho is going to be able to get him down eventually, and he's going to sap that gas tank. Borralho is going to be able to get this one done via decision. I'm going to go 49-46 on that one. Let me know what you think down below about this card. This fight, shit, card's not really announced, but thanks for watching.